I'm watching Marquette over here. I'm like, I know.
Say something that I noticed.
Yeah,
he's going to say.
Good.
Please.
Because I'm going to bounce off of yours right now because I know what you're going to say.
There's no such thing as a religious woman. When you're dealing with religion, you're dealing with values and principles that you have to stick to.
Yes.
You've heard the phrase, a man of his word. Mm-hmm. You've never heard a woman of her word. Oh, my God. Right? Okay. And I know you know the word. While we're speaking of the Bible, they said in the beginning there was the word.
Yeah.
So there are no women of the word. There are no women who believe in religion. The real failing is of the men who actually don't take on the religion seriously and enforce it. The other thing we have to consider is this. It's actually, keeping with that, it was not the religion and the ideas that kept the woman in line. It was the community.
Yeah.
The community which provides for stigmatization,
Yes.
shame.
Consequences.
Exactly. Her feeling bad about her behaviors. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So unless we have that religious community with men enforcing the ideas and providing consequences.
And other women, too. Instead of enabling in the comments like, you go, girl. No, they should be saying, you fucking slut.
Right. And they're saying that because the man programmed them.
Yes.
The woman finds her religion through the man.
Agreed. Yeah.
You could
That's
almost say
way.
that a real man is the God to the woman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look at it linearly. So God, the man, and the woman. That's what works.
That's right.
Children and puppy dogs.
Well, when you look at from a macro standpoint, like you said before, the concept of consequences, those consequences aren't there. And anytime you have like a liberal democratic society and technology advances, you're going to get further and further away from a survival scenario. Right. And as you get further and further away from a survival scenario,
beliefs.
then all of a sudden you have the luxury of not having the same beliefs. I'm not saying like, let's bring back the Scarlet Letter or whatever. But what
I'm
I am
saying bring it back.
What I am saying though is the result of there being no consequence of Brittany Renner saying I fucked 3 guys today and I have a yeast infection and she goes viral on TikTok for saying that. For her doing that, we had a girl on here one time. Do you remember? She's like, yeah, I'm seeing this guy's pretty serious. And then later on, by the end of the show, admit she just gave a guy a blowjob right before the show. I was like, it's the guy you're dating. She's like, no, it's a different guy. And I'm like,
She's probably
60,000 people are watching us.
And that makes sense in her head, though.
For sure.
That's the part that kills me is that in her head,
for sure,
that's still okay.
Yeah.
There's a redhead that just kind of like, I don't want to go into too many details, but long story short, it's 3 a.m. I'm in my storefront, right? Woman knocks on the door. I open the door. She's claiming she wants to go upstairs, right? So I was like, okay, I'll let you in the building. So I leave out of my storefront. I go let her upstairs, and then she still needs me to scan her into the elevator. So we get in the elevator. She has a drink. She's supposed to go meet her friend. She's texting, and then she says, oh, they're saying like the party's over, so I guess I'm too late. Okay, cool. So then we go back out. You guys know it's been a bit cold, right? So she's supposedly waiting for someone to come pick her up, her boyfriend. So then she says, hey, it's a bit cold. Do you mind if I sit inside with you while I wait for him? I'm not going to tell you guys how that story ended, but what I can tell you is that during the proceedings that occurred, I could see her texting him, "Oh, baby, I love you, and like, I'm sorry we had this fight, and I shouldn't have went out without you." And you know what? I truly believe she meant every word of it.
She did.
Despite everything she did that night, she meant every word.
And all the times you guys have had over 2,000 women on your show.
Yeah.
Have you heard I have never heard a single woman say I cheated on this guy and I regret it. Not one time. Maybe once, and I can't remember. But I never hear a woman say I broke up and I regret it. Because the thing is, regretting it would have to come with some consequences. I'm a man of my word. If I don't keep my word, if I keep showing up late, if I do business deals with you guys and I screw you over, not only will you not work with me, other people will not work with me as well. My value as a human, my ability to be useful to other humans comes through my word. If I have big fake boobies, then I don't have to do that. And when I don't show up on time, like it's just incredible to me, like the leeway. And by the way, I'm not blaming women for this. Can you imagine how any of us would act if we had women offering us sex
total horse
hundreds of times a day? Not only women offering us sex,
right there.
They're offering us money just to show our bodies.
Yeah, sure.
Could you imagine like how you'd be intolerable? I'm not even blaming women for this.
You can't blame women
You'd
for
be
it.
intolerable. You wouldn't even know. There's no way evolutionarily for your brain to like comprehend that. So when women were getting all this attention, they still have the same evolutionary psychology hardwire that they had 200,000 years ago. It's just not, that firmware is not programmed for this stimulus, for this input. And so when they do it, they just become intolerable, which is the same thing.
Look at Britney Spears right now.
Sure.
I made a post about this. She's going crazy. For anyone that